And this is look, I said before, the big talented man will always beat the small talented fighter.
One of the most anticipated matchups in boxing is the potential clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Both world champions have expressed interest in a fight that could define their era. Crawford, in particular, has shown determination to move up in weight and challenge Canelo on his terms.
I'll be going for Bud. You know, if he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna win or lose, but
although Canelo has previously downplayed the possibility, stating he wouldn't receive proper credit for such a victory, he has recently become more open to serious offers. With both fighters seeking high-profile opponents and no major fights currently scheduled, the likelihood of this bout happening in 2025 has significantly increased. Oscar De La Hoya, despite his complicated relationship with Canelo, has shared his thoughts on this potential showdown. The former world champion insists that his predictions are unbiased, offering a bold opinion.
Terence Crawford says he wants to fight Canelo. He's changed his tune. He said he's willing to move up 3 weight divisions. To me, that's kind of crazy, but that just shows you, like, man, the dog that's in Terence Crawford. If Canelo...
On the outcome, De La Hoya believes Canelo's greater size and power would give him a decisive edge over Crawford. As speculation grows, boxing fans eagerly await updates on whether this dream fight will become a reality. The potential clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford has become one of the most talked about matchups in boxing. While both fighters have expressed interest, the fight poses significant challenges, especially for Crawford. Oscar De La Hoya, despite his history with Canelo, has weighed in on the hypothetical showdown. Speaking to Fight Hub TV, De La Hoya dismissed Crawford's chances at 154 pounds, saying, "Crawford didn't look too dangerous against a beast, so imagine Canelo being the bigger guy being a beast. It's almost like a no contest. When has a smaller good..."
Terence Crawford will beat Canelo anytime. Anytime. Because
guy ever beaten a good bigger guy. It's rare in the history of the sport. Crawford, renowned for his technical brilliance and punching power, would face a major physical disadvantage against Canelo at his natural weight. While some experts believe Crawford's skill set could allow him to compete, the significant disparity in size and power could prove decisive. For now, the future of this potential fight remains uncertain. Both fighters have existing commitments, and the fight's feasibility will depend on contract negotiations and strategic decisions from their teams. Interestingly, only one man, Amir Khan, has shared the ring with both Canelo and Crawford, having suffered stoppage defeat.
What do I think of that fight?
Yeah.
I think that, everybody knows that Crawford got the skills. I do think that Canelo's a little big for Crawford.
To both, Khan has already shared his thoughts on how this dream matchup might unfold. The potential showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford has sparked opinions from boxers and analysts alike, with middleweight contender Kieran Davis adding his voice to the debate. Davis, who sparred with both Canelo and Crawford and even faced Canelo rival David Benavidez in 2021, shared his perspective with Mill City Boxing. Davis believes Crawford would face an uphill battle against Canelo, saying Canelo is a big guy. It's going to be a lot. He can take a punch, so you're not going to hurt Canelo.
A lot you have to. It'll be a lot to get that victory based on, size alone. Not that size wins fights, but you got a guy that got size and skill.
I don't think Crawford can hurt him with one punch. Maybe he can cut an eye or bother him to the body. He has to get some flesh on gloves and go to the body. It's going to be a tall task. Canelo can really fight. He has moves and traps. It's not easy. Nothing is impossible in boxing, but if I had to bet, I'd put my money on Canelo. I'm not taking anything away from Crawford, but Canelo is great. Can Canelo stop him? He's a bigger guy, and I think one punch could do it.
Crawford throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168.
I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's the money fight, you know what I mean? I think even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo. Canelo wanted to fight him. I mean, I don't want to see Crawford to fight Canelo.
David Benavidez also weighed in on the hypothetical matchup, pointing out the financial motivation behind many fighters' desire to face Canelo. Crawford throwing his hat in to fight Canelo at 168. I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's the money fight. You know what I mean? Even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo if Canelo wanted it. While opinions vary, the significant size and power disparity make this fantasy clash an uphill battle for Crawford, though his skills ensure the debate remains alive. For now, fans can only speculate on how this...
But it will be. I'm not saying it wouldn't be a great fight. It would be a great fight, but I feel like if I deserve my opportunity, and after this fight, what else are you gonna say?
Potential super fight would unfold. Terence Crawford's potential move to fight Canelo Alvarez has generated significant buzz in the boxing world. Crawford recently moved up to the 154-pound super welterweight category for his last fight, where he defeated Israel Madrimov via decision to claim the WBO interim super welterweight title. Boasting an outstanding professional record of 41-0, Crawford's dominance across multiple weight classes is undeniable. Canelo Alvarez, on the other hand, remains one of the greatest fighters of the modern era. The Mexican superstar, now 62 as a professional, secured a win over Edgar Berlanga at super middleweight in his most...
You know what I mean? This was a tough fight. You know, the top WBC, the top people ranked at the WBC are fighting each other. So I mean, it should be an easy call. If I can't get those fights, then I'll go up to fight Bivol, or I'll go try to, you know, I set my conquest on 175.
Recent fight. While Crawford's technique is widely lauded, David Benavidez has expressed doubts about how well Crawford's power will translate to higher weight classes. To be honest, Crawford is one of the best technical fighters I've ever seen, Benavidez said. When he went to 154, I'm not saying he had problems, but he didn't have the same power as at 147. And he'd still have to come up 2 or 3 weight classes. Weight classes exist for a reason. I'd give Canelo the edge. Crawford, who has spent most of his career at 147 pounds, would face a significant size disadvantage against Canelo in the super middleweight division.
Just too much overall. Like, is that kind of the same thing with the Crawford and Canelo because of the weight classes, the weight between them?
Yeah, I believe so.
While Benavidez himself is seen as a potential threat to Canelo, but a dream showdown between the two Mexicans has yet to materialize. David Benavidez, known for his fast hands and relentless pressure, is set to take on David Morrell in his next fight on February 1st. Meanwhile, the potential clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford has captured the imagination of boxing fans worldwide. Crawford, riding high after his dominant victory over Errol Spence Jr., has openly expressed his desire to face the Mexican super middleweight champion. Regarded by many as the best pound-for-pound boxer in the world, Crawford would face a monumental challenge in moving up 2 weight classes to take on Canelo.
I love Crawford. He's a good friend. You know, we reach out to each other. We've travel the world through the amateur program. He see me beat people up. I see him beat people up. He see me get beat up. I got beat up. We both...
However, the road to this historic bout is far from straightforward. Demetrius Andrade, a former super middleweight world champion, recently shared his thoughts on this highly anticipated matchup. I love Crawford. He's a good friend. We've traveled the world together through the amateur program. He's seen me beat people up and I've seen him do the same. But when it comes to weight and power, that stuff's real, Andrade told Fight Hub TV.
Crawford wanting to fight Canelo, 3 divisions up. Good idea, bad idea?
I don't remember sizes of Terence Crawford.
Welterweight.
If he big, actually.
Maybe he's probably...
Japan, the British envelope in Japan. While acknowledging Crawford's immense talent and skill, Andrade believes Canelo has a significant advantage due to his size and experience at higher weight classes. Canelo is a big bad wolf and he can run all night. Crawford has the skills, but Canelo knows how to take shots, block power shots, and capitalize, Andrade said. This potential matchup remains a dream scenario, with both fighters presenting unique challenges for one another. Demetrius Andrade recently weighed in on the potential clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, praising Crawford's agility and skill but acknowledging the immense challenge he would face. Canelo knows how to...
Came to the boxing gym, one of the first lessons which I should learn, it's like, you should respect weight classes. You know, yeah, what it means. But Terence Crawford now is one of the favorite.
Move, he has agility, not like a robot. It's going to be tough, Andrade explained. I don't think Crawford can beat Canelo, but I still think he can give him a good fight, and I'll be sitting there rooting for Canelo all day, he added. While Andrade leans toward Canelo, others believe Crawford is skilled enough to challenge the Mexican superstar despite the weight difference. Dimitri Bivol, when asked about the much-discussed potential matchup, offered his perspective on Crawford's chances. I remember one of the first lessons I learned in the boxing gym. You should respect weight classes, Bivol said.
I don't know, someone told me to study Canelo, study Crawford. Crawford about to beat the shit out of Canelo Alvarez. I'm letting y'all know right now, he about to beat the brakes off of Canelo Alvarez.
But Terence is one of my favorite active fighters. He has very good skills. Maybe he could show us something. He already knows what to do, and his coach will find a solution. When asked if Crawford could defeat Canelo, Bivol responded, I can imagine it, demonstrating his respect for Crawford's abilities even against a naturally larger opponent. Bivol also emphasized Crawford's exceptional ring intelligence as a potential advantage. I can tell you that Crawford is one of the best fighters in the world right now. I see him with more boxing IQ, Bivol concluded. However, the debate continues as fans speculate how Crawford's skills would fare against Canelo's size and power. Hall of Famer and ESPN boxing analyst Timothy Bradley Jr. has voiced his support for Terence Crawford in a potential matchup with Saul Canelo Alvarez. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Bradley dismissed concerns about weight being a decisive factor, pointing to Crawford's skills and adaptability. Everyone keeps talking about the weight, Bradley said. While Crawford recently moved up to 154 pounds from welterweight, Alvarez has been fighting at 168 pounds since 2020. However, Bradley questioned Canelo's knockout power at this stage in his career. Oh, he's going to knock him out? When was the last time Canelo knocked somebody out? It's been a while. Alvarez last scored a stoppage victory in November 2021 against Caleb Plant. Since then, he's gone the distance with opponents like Dimitri Bivol, a 40-year-old Gennady Golovkin, and less formidable fighters such as John Ryder, Jaime Munguia, and Edgar Berlanga. Even Jermell Charlo, naturally a junior middleweight, lasted 12 rounds with Canelo despite being completely outmatched. Y'all can quit with the "he's going to knock Crawford out," Bradley said. He drew a parallel to Alexander Usyk's success against much larger opponents like Tyson Fury. Canelo is the same height as Crawford. He's not a natural 168-pounder. Usyk is a great fighter, absolutely, but you know who else is great? Crawford. The great ones know how to figure it out. Bradley's confidence in Crawford adds to the growing intrigue surrounding this potential super fight.